Oh, right. We're back in some Starfield, and we were going to talk to this tree dude. I forgot about that. I was ready to jump straight to the Terramorph
I'm
thing.
on tax duty tomorrow. Can't wait.
Have you paid a visit to Miss Castler in Aquila City?
Yep.
Yes, of course. I'll see that it is returned to her in one piece. Well, perhaps minus a few shadings. Now, I just need a moment to analyze this and synthesize an audio response to our friend here. All right. So
How will
we'll
this
feed
work?
in a sample. Now the program will incorporate the genetic and chemical makeup of the sample, extrapolating the size and structure of the original tree. This was put together rather hastily, so complete accuracy is impossible. But I'm hoping it's enough.
Did the tree get louder?
There it is. Our best hope for a positive solution to this mess.
Why am I able to hear the tree?
So, we now have a simulated response to our tree. All that's left is to play it.
This won't get me killed, right?
An excellent question. I have been wondering myself. I've been forced to listen to this SSNN kiosk chatter incessantly this entire time. I think it could be put to better use. We don't have time to go through the proper channels, but if you can find a terminal and get this uploaded into their system, it might do the trick.
I like doing shady stuff.
Then I fear all this hard work will be for naught. I would hate to see this tree come down, but we may be out of options.
Alright. That seems illegal to me.
Perhaps, but desperate times, and all that. Certainly, if you have some other option, by all means, take advantage of it.
Though I am not exactly thrilled we're doing anything illegal. I suppose we've come this far, so it would be a shame to stop now.
There, you're such a
Yes, well,
downer.
It's as I said, desperate times require desperate measures. I'm not proud of this, but it needs to be done.
That was like the worst
I
companion
have no
ever.
doubt that you will.
Time since I've been to Mars. Sol system doesn't.
Administration's
I bet whoever came up with bad news travels fast wasn't taking interstellar distances into account.
Let's save, just in case. I don't know how illegal this is. Okay, run it. That was it? I don't get to hear anything? No one stops me? Nothing? I kind of did it in broad, well, not broad daylight, it's nighttime, but I kind of just did it in front of people. There's no consequence to that? Nothing? Okay.
We've done it! I'm already seeing reductions in the strength of the vibrations. The tree is calming down. I can hardly believe that worked.
Oh, nice. I thought you were sure.
I did my best, but it's not magic. There are no guarantees. I don't know. We've been in uncharted territory this whole time. That doesn't stop now. With the immediate crisis hopefully over, I can slow down and review everything we've learned. And certainly, I'll be keeping a much closer eye on our friend going forward. And you have saved this tree and advanced our scientific knowledge of our environment. Noble work across the board. You have my gratitude and that of every citizen in New Atlantis, though they don't know it.
Damn, he pays well. Everyone else tries to rip me off. That dude paid me so well. This is why I didn't steal from you. You're a good guy. Okay, well, what missions do I have here? I wanted to do this one. Yeah. I want to know what's up with this Terramorph business.
Captain, Over here. The workup's in the cabinet's hands. They said they'll call for us once they've gotten to properly review it. But listen, I know I should have been more forthcoming about who I was earlier. So, in the interest of full disclosure, there's one more thing you ought to know before we head up there. My relationship with the UC. It's more complicated than it might seem at first glance. The UC's actually the only reason I'm here in the first place. I am a clone
Oh,
of a man named Francois Sanon.
I certainly wasn't
One-time
expecting
fleet
that.
Admiral of the UC during the Colony War. Former head of the UC Navy. They called him Ve Victus. Woe to the defeated, in Old Earth Latin. A title he earned. The program I was a part of, it was the UC's attempt to create a new generation of military minds from one of their most respected tacticians. Secure the leadership of the UC military for generations to come.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Yes,
A
this.
non-trivial amount of gene editing. Clone, honestly, isn't even really the right term for our relationship, thanks to the amount of donor material that was required to bring me into this world. He and I are different on more than a few levels, but there's no denying the fact we're inextricably linked.
That's pretty cool.
I'm the last. A few of my siblings, they passed when we were young. Training accidents and the like. But most of the rest were deployed to the front lines during the Colony War, and they never came back. Not a day goes by where I don't think about what the world would look like with them still in it.
Yeah, whatever.
He would have happily told you he was one of the greats. Ultimately, though, it didn't matter. The man I was cloned from, my father, was executed for acts he committed during the war. The man caused a lot of death, on both sides. Freestar Collective, and UC. Military, and civilians.
And they made a clone of
And
him?
the things he did, well, they're a part of the reason the UC and Freestar Collective aren't really on great terms to this day.
Oh, damn, dude.
So my involvement, it could be another obstacle they throw at us up there. I just wanted you to be forewarned.
That is information that I really needed. Thank you for telling me that now.
He had his men open fire on civilian ships during the Battle of Cheyenne.
Why?
A battle that he ultimately ended up losing anyway, devastating the UC fleet and bringing the Colony War to an ugly end for the UC. But he's also the one who ordered the bombing of the Londinian spaceport during their outbreak, condemning countless lives.
Hey, why'd he
Both
shoot
sides agreed
civilian
the
ships?
settled systems would be better without him.
Wait, what? Why'd he... What was so great about this dude? He sounds like a freaking psycho.
Well, my areas of expertise are pretty specific, but messed up families are up there. You know, while we've got a second, was there anything else we needed to discuss? I know you got dropped into the middle of this pretty fast. Or if you've got any last-minute business to attend to, now might be a good time. No telling how long the cabinet's gonna keep us waiting out here.
What else do we have here? Yeah, I've been
That's
curious
actually
about
a souvenir from my time on Mars. The Red Devils unit I was a part of, they were founded by recruits who'd worked some of Mars' deepest mines. Folks used to adversity. The dust at those depths, it seeps into everything. The human eye included. Where the name Red Devils came from in the first place. It became an unwritten rite of passage that anyone wanting to enlist with the Devils had to do a stint in the mines before they could join up. The Devils were always talked about in such revered tones during my training, so as soon as I was old enough, I signed up. And the eyes were my parting gift.
Yeah, I really was looking at their eyes and thought, man, they really stand out, and this explains it. Okay, that makes sense.
I mean, we never spent a lot of time together. He was too busy being fleet admiral to deal with kids. I was raised by a pair of guardians instead. Until his defeat during the Colony War, though, he was known as an extremely effective commander. Savvy, perceptive. That mind opened a lot of doors for him. And for me, too.
But Vae Victus, for all his ability, was heartless. Ruthless to a fault. In the end, that's what cost him his life.
It's hard to know exactly what might sway them. I'd just be honest about what you saw. A colony wiped out, and a lot of lives lost.
I think that's a convincing
Something
argument
we don't
too.
want anyone else to have to experience. Eye strain from the amount of reading I've got on the horizon if we succeed. The Terramorph project never went anywhere. It couldn't. They're deadly creatures, but they aren't xenoweapons. The cabinet not opening the archives is probably a bigger risk than them handing over the files. That data itself isn't dangerous.
Really?
Which probably wouldn't be a bad point for us to bring up, should the opportunity arise.
Okay, that's good to
Then
know.
I guess it's just a matter of...
The cabinet meeting is about to begin. All parties, please proceed to the cabinet chambers.
Sounds like our...
All right, here we go.
Here on Vanguard business?
Nope. Well, I guess maybe. I don't know if this counts as Vanguard business. Okay, let's save just in case.
Ah, welcome. You must be the captain Hadrian mentioned in her report. You have our thanks for the risks you faced in securing this information.
No problem. I wasn't prepared for it.
Well, I'll be sure your commanding officer hears that you've done them satisfactorily. Now then, we have two petitioners here making a surprising request. Access to the UC Xeno Warfare Team's Terramorph data, currently housed in the Armistice archives. A request which will require not just this body's agreement, but that of all three Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun. Now, Captain, we've all read Hadrian's report on the subject, but we have yet to hear from you. Perhaps you could summarize for the Cabinet what it is you see as the goal of this endeavor.
To not die from a surprise Terramorph attack?
That is something to consider. Though we also have to take into account the nature of the data you require.
Madam President, I object to the very premise of this meeting. While no one would argue that what happened on Tau Ceti was anything less than a tragedy, Terramorph attacks are not some sudden new threat on the horizon. They've been happening for generations. To demand we hand over banned archival knowledge and possibly upset the balance of galactic diplomacy because of a single attack seems at best panic. And at worst, a power grab by the daughter of a bloodthirsty warmonger and her associates.
I would remind the chief diplomat who he's speaking to. If it's my father you're looking to address, you're welcome to consult a medium.
I would also ask, how many deaths the Cabinet requires to act? 50? 50,000? Because if tragedies like Tau Ceti are just prelude to more attacks, I have no doubt you'll get the body count you require.
Let's keep this civil, shall we? And while there should be no doubt the preservation of life stands paramount among this body's duties, Chief Yassine has a point. Will a single attack, however troubling, be sufficient to convince the other factions to grant us access to what they no doubt consider weapon data? I don't think it's enough. Perhaps you can help, Captain. As the one who actually collected the sample in question, did this Terramorph seem at all alarming to you?
It's a freaking Terramorph. What are you talking about?
Just taking her word for it as well, then.
No.
So it would seem.
I mean,
So then, Captain, given the discussion now and the information you've been privy to thus far, if you were in our position, would you grant the request made to open the archives?
the data's not dangerous. Man. But the thing is that, like, I'm just taking it for her word. I'm taking her for her word.
It doesn't matter if it can be weaponized or not. The archives need to remain sealed for now. There's no reason to rush into a decision.
Shut
of
up,
this
Sarah!
magnitude.
That? I hadn't thought of that, Captain.
Oh my
Excellent
god!
point indeed. The other powers would likely be much more inclined to work with us knowing that. Chief Diplomat.
That point is a good one.
What?
Very well, you have my agreement.
You didn't want to take.
He's lucky you were here today, Captain.
You and I are in agreement, Chief Diplomat.
What?
So, if there are no other objections, I believe we can agree to give our full backing to make the request to...
What just happened?
Attention. Attention. An incident has occurred. Facility lockdown engaged.
Incident. Chief Sarkin, what's happening?
There's been an attack at the spaceport. Terramorphs.
What?
Terramorphs. More attacks.
How does
Just
this make
as
sense?
predicted.
What do you mean?
Good God.
Damn it.
What?
They're here. Now.
There must be another explanation. The creatures evaded our scanner somehow.
There will be plenty of time for conjecture later. Chief Sarkin, order the evacuation of the spaceport and have your men contain the things, but do it discreetly. The last thing we need is a citywide panic.
Yes, ma'am.
Admiral Logan, the local barracks can provide support?
I'll make the order myself. Nearest anti-Xeno squad, though, is off-world. Going to take a while to bring them in.
Well then, we'll have to make do with the tools we've got. You two, we can't risk those things getting out of the spaceport. I want you both on the next train there. We'll let them know you're coming and that you've dealt with these things before. Now go show them how it's done.
We're on it, ma'am.
I had
Let's get down there.
a lot of sentry turrets helping me before. So, you know, what I don't understand about that argument that I just made, the argument I made right before that last statement was, you know, I was told that the tissue samples are Londinian. What the?
EM rifle, grab it! Now!
Stop! We're
Oh.
Now hit him with everything you take him down.
So this is why they shot the citizen.
Crack one over here.
It wasn't because they wanted to kill the citizens, it was because they had to do this.
Hallelujah. Another notch on my gun.
That makes sense. Now a lot of secrets are becoming clear. What the?
Damn it. Totally lost them.
What are we doing now? Are we not done?
Goodbye.
Is this citizen dead? What do I have to do here? I'm confused. I don't have like infinite ammo or anything. These guys are like fully knocked out. Do I have to fully knock them out like this? Like they have to be just like that? I guess so. Okay.
Thank you
for what you did. We didn't want to hurt them.
The way those people were acting, I've seen this before. They were under the Terramorph's influence, weren't they?
I don't know. They were down at the port and they just started screaming. We tried to restrain them, get them on the train to get them out of harm's way, but some of the other officers down there, we couldn't restrain them fast enough. They just started firing on us. People we knew. They went berserk.
Pheromonic projection. Some Terramorphs, they can induce this fog. It affects everyone differently, but some people just lose control, turn against everyone around them, even if they don't want to. They're like a puppet. You kill the morph, you break the hold. But this means we're gonna need to be real careful with our fire, and keep that EM weapon at the ready. I'm not suggesting. It's documented behavior. The result of the projection, though, can vary wildly. Some folks just shrug it off. Others hallucinate. And some lose control altogether. They'll lash out at anyone around them, but still be aware while they're doing it. Those cases, you'll either need to knock them out with EM fire, or free them by killing the Terramorph. I honestly was just wondering the same thing. But no, you don't need to worry about me. I've had a Terramorph try it on me before. I'm not susceptible. So we'll just have to make sure to watch out for each other down there.
Alright.
Let's do it.
Nat's unlocked. Please, do what you can to help them.
So I forget if I finished what I was saying before, but yeah, they said they couldn't trust me because I was taking her word for the Londinian genes or whatever. But then they took her word for it when she said the documents aren't dangerous. Seems so ridiculous to me.
No time to waste, Captain. Stash the EM and pull some firepower. Let's move.
For the spaceport district. All citizens are required to proceed to the nearest shelter.
Let's do this. Okay, you know what? I'm not that enthusiastic about this anymore. Okay.
Glad you were on my side then.
All right.
I'd like to take a look at that on your microphone.
Hey, Yumi.
Experts? Take whatever we can get right now. We've got the remaining creatures locked down on the landing pad. We're barely holding our perimeter. They said you've done this before. Well, one fire team to spare and whatever supplies you need, but I can't risk them taking over any more of my men. Put those things down and do it fast. We'll hold them as best we can.
All right, that's fair.
Heard you might be looking for some backup. You say the word, we're out there on your 6.
You two have any experience with Terramorphs before?
Only the brief they just gave on the way here, but we know how to handle pressure.
Surviving a full-on mental assault isn't the same as keeping your cool in a firefight. Might make you more liability than asset.
We're not UC security. You don't need to worry about us.
You sound cocky as hell.
We're not
And I don't
afraid,
like it.
But we'll stay here and hold the line if that's what you want. You're the experts.
We'll handle
Your
this.
call. We're on the line.
What about... Oh, man. I want to take them with me because this is going to take a lot of ammo if I don't. Fine. I'll leave them. I'll leave them. Oh, it's only level 6. That's cute. Okay. I'm on fire. Alright. That almost killed me. Right in one shot. That, like, goo that they spit out, I don't appreciate it. Oh, I'm out of ammo. Let's go with this. All right.
Down.
Easy enough.
Nice work, Captain.
It's over. Thank God. If these things reached the populated areas of the city, we would have had an absolute massacre on our hands.
Honestly, that was a lot easier than I thought it would be. They're terramorphs, but they're weak, apparently. That first one was pretty strong, though. Gonna ignore that stuff, I guess, for now.
Guess they weren't kidding about you two. Universe put the right people in the right place.
You're the heroes, not us.
Certainly doesn't feel like it.
I don't want to think what would have happened if you two hadn't been here.
Just glad we could rise to the occasion. Captain, we should report back to the President. Let her know the Terramorphs have been dealt with. Take care of yourself, Sergeant.
All right. Man, so is the city gonna take a while to recover now after this mission is done? Because if so, that's pretty cool.
Please wait for the all clear signal before exiting your homes. That is all.
This is like a way larger scale of a mission than I thought it would be.
How do Terramorphs get into the city like that?
That's a relief to hear. Thank you, gentlemen. Let your people all know how much we owe them today.
Yes, ma'am.
We're counting on you, Captain.
Ah, there you are.
Don't let my people's sacrifice
I believe
be in vain.
we have some things we should discuss.
The loss of life. The damage to the space.
Oh, I can't shoot them?
The costs of this attack are greater than I think.
That's surprising.
Captain? Hadrian? It would appear that the Cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did for the city today. As well as an apology. Your concerns about the Terramorphs, well, consider them validated.
Thank you, ma'am.
Better late than never, I suppose.
Have some respect, will you? That's the president of the colony.
What the hell? Oh, I hate this companion.
No, you two were in the right. I only wish we could have acted sooner. Now, today's events have only clarified our path forward in the eyes of the Cabinet. You will have our full support in collecting the Terramorph data from the archives, as well as a subsequent investigation into the nature of these attacks. But to accomplish those goals, we're going to need the right people in the right places. As such, the Cabinet has authorized me to reinstate you, Hadrian, effective immediately, to your former rank of Major. As soon as we've got the data in hand, we want you investigating these attacks and how to stop them. Will you do this?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I'd be honored.
Excellent. But as you've both made clear, for such an investigation to succeed first, we're going to need someone to convince the Freestar Collective and House Varun to play ball.
Oh, they weren't here?
Someone who knows precisely the sorts of dangers the colonies and all the galaxy are facing right now. The Cabinet wants you, Captain, to be that representative.
Alright, sure.
The Cabinet wants progress, and wants it quickly. You're already far more familiar with the situation than any diplomat would be. There's also no diplomat alive that can claim they helped keep a cadre of terramorphs off the embassy doorsteps. The Cabinet was unanimous. They want you.
Alright.
We see your atypical background as a strength, not a hindrance. The people you'll be dealing with, they're rather atypical themselves. In exchange, we're willing to fast-track your citizenship upon collection of the data. So, will you help us?
Sure. What do I get for being a citizen?
Perks. Only citizens can purchase property in the city. We also pay reduced prices on most goods and services
hell
across
yeah.
the UC. There's also a credit disbursement when you first join. Help get you on your feet. But above all, you'd become a dedicated part of the greatest faction in the galaxy. If you're willing to help us, we can open that door.
That last bit I don't really care about,
I'm
but
glad
okay.
to hear it. Now, we, of course, won't be sending you in without the proper support. Deputy McIntyre in the Office of Interstellar Affairs will be your guide on gaining access to the archives.
Who?
You should be able to find her in her office across the hall. And on behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our thanks. You're dismissed.
Oh damn, you paid well. Thanks.
I'm gonna go check in with Chief Engineer.
Can I have Sarah leave me?
Getting a plan together for that day.
Ugh, you know, I can, but she takes a lot of hits. It's really important to have her. There have been a few times where having her is the only reason why I lived. Which is unfortunate because I really hate her.
Hello. These orders. A Vanguard captain. You... Yes, sir. I'll make sure they get what they require.
Alright.
That must make you my Vanguard captain. Welcome to Interstellar Affairs. I'm Deputy Chief Diplomat McIntyre, Chief Yassine's second-in-command. I heard you were instrumental in protecting the city from the attack. You have my gratitude. I was also informed that you gave quite the presentation to the Cabinet. Chief Yassine wants you to know the Interstellar Affairs Office is fully committed to this endeavor, accessing the Terramorph data and beyond. We're going to do everything in our power to make sure you have the tools you need. And that means first getting you into the archives. You do know what the archives are, correct?
Yeah.
Someone paid attention in current events. So, then you also know that it was originally managed by the 3 major galactic players. Access to the archives is only granted in cases of dire emergency, and requires a one-time use code from each of the 3 armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun.
Now, the UC is already on board, so that means we'll need to convince 2 people. The ambassadors of the Freestar Collective and House Varun to hand over their codes. Get them both and you'll have your data. But that's a lot easier said than done.
I think I could do it.
No. Each is a strip of several million random numbers generated on the fly based on biometric keys kept by each of the ambassadors on their person at all times. They're impossible to create without those keys, and those keys stay with the ambassadors, meaning we're accessing nothing if we can't get them on our side.
Can I steal them? I'm just gonna have to torture them. Let's do this.
I couldn't agree more. However, Both ambassadors have reasons they won't, or can't, work with us. Now, I'll provide guidance on how we believe you can acquire each code, but ultimately, it'll be up to you to get them both to cooperate.
And I do mean cooperate. Threats and violence are off the table here. Though that doesn't mean we can't get creative.
But it does mean we need to get you up to speed on who you're dealing with. Who do you want to start with? Ambassador Radcliffe of Freestar, or Ambassador Balmore of House Varun?
Let's do Freestar because I've already been there.
The good Ambassador Radcliffe. She's a veteran of the Colony War, and her only goal in life is to make ours miserable. Now, officially, our office is suggesting you try and negotiate with her.
Use your experiences as a member of the military and with the threat we're facing to convince her to lend her support.
And who knows? Maybe that'll work. Stranger things have happened. But my suspicion is we're going to have to rely on other tools to get her code.
I think you're underestimating how delightful I am.
Well, if that's the case, I'll wait to be pleasantly surprised. But we do have one item up our sleeve. UC Intelligence has a recording device planted in the Ambassador's living quarters, which we suspect you can use to your advantage.
But getting caught trespassing is a quick way to land yourself in an embassy holding cell.
So, if you are going to try and access the device, you're going to need to find a way in there without being seen.
Sure.
No,
That sounds fun.
We recovered some intel we believe should be able to help with that. But there's also a disgruntled staff member you might be able to pump for information. Maybe even convince to work with you.
Name's Cameron Long. He's younger than Ratcliffe, bears less of a grudge towards the UC. He works closely with the Ambassador, making him a promising source for information on the ins and outs of embassy life, and someone who very likely hates her guts.
And why is that?
Yes, many. Don't steal anything. Don't get caught anywhere you're not supposed to. Absolutely do not harm anyone. If something goes wrong, we'll do our best to smooth things over, but I can't make any promises.
All right.
All right. Here, your diplomatic ID. I'll give them a heads up, you're on your way. Not likely to let you through the door otherwise.
And take these. Chief Yassine wanted you to have some options on how to proceed in there.
Oh, I thought that you gave me digipics. I was so excited. Okay.
Ambassador Balmore's a challenge. When the rest of House Varun retreated into seclusion shortly after the signing of the armistice, Balmore stayed here. He's since lent his support to a small number of archival requests, so there's real hope he might again. Though claiming to know how a member of House Varun thinks is a quick way to earn yourself a psych eval.
So you guys have opened the archive before?
Well, these days, they're primarily considered a security threat. House Varun Zealots, a fundamentalist outshoot of the group that stayed behind when the rest retreated into seclusion, want nothing more than to send everyone not dedicated to their cause to the great serpent in the sky. But that hasn't always been the case.
Oh.
After they ended the Serpent's Crusade about 70 years back, House Varun did take a real run at trying to normalize relations with the rest of the galaxy. It's why they have an embassy here in the first place, why they were included in the armistice negotiations. But then, without warning, they left, leaving behind, to our knowledge, just the ambassador and his duty under the armistice.
So the crazy serpent people are House Varun. Okay, then.
Now hold on a moment. There's no reason to assume we're better than they are.
Oh
despite
my
their
god, Sarah.
They certainly come with a checkered past, but there's
Every other sentence.
an additional wrinkle. We're not 100% sure Balmore is actually still alive. His public appearances were always rare, but it's been several years now since he last poked his head out. Scans of the facility show life signs, but not the kind we were expecting.
What does that
Your
mean?
task is to find him and kindly but firmly remind him of his duties under the armistice.
Yeah, what kind of life
The Varun
sign?
delegation brought more than a few of their native flora with them when they set up in the embassy. It seems those plants have been allowed to flourish, making it hard for us to verify what's flora and what's ambassador.
Oh, interesting.
The embassy is still legally House Varun's sovereign territory, so we're not technically permitted inside. We've snuck in the occasional spy, of course, but the ambassador has proven more evasive than you'd expect for a man of his age. But we're quite sure he hasn't left the city. The man stands out.
Then you search the embassy for his biometric key, collect your code piece, and we'll go about notifying his next of kin, if we can ever find them. But let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Okay.
It would at least be a speedier negotiation. But I, of course, hope the ambassador is alive and well.
Now, the embassy front door isn't an option, but our spies have stated there's a side entrance that should allow you access. Here, this device should get you all the way down to the embassy interior. Once you're inside, though, finding the ambassador is going to be up to you. And fair warning, we received a report that alarms might have been tripped inside the embassy during the attacks. Watch out for automated security in there.
Oh, that's just great.
Now, if you have additional questions or require clearance for a new approach we haven't already discussed, don't hesitate to ask. I'd suggest you start with Ambassador Radcliffe. Approach her while the attack is still fresh in her and her staff's mind. Be smart out there, Captain.
Sounds good to me.
You are
hard to believe it's been 2 decades since we were at war with the Collective.
What's up, guys? I'm one of you.
Visitors are only allowed in the lobby, offices, or conference room.
I'm going to be upfront with you. I'm not happy visiting anything related to the Freestar Collective. But you lead, and I'll follow.
Sarah, you're unhappy about everything, so shut up. I really don't
All
care.
that security, and they still can't protect their own spaceport. The UC never fails to disappoint.
Oh, wait, hold on. Don't I need to sneak in or something? Isn't there something I could do like that?
I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Whoops, didn't mean to take the utility knife. Oh well. Not a big deal. Is there something else here? Oh. That's a master lock. What? Hold on. Where am I right now? What? Oh, I'm supposed to dig up dirt on her if she doesn't agree. Okay. I see. So I'm not supposed to be here right now. Okay. I'll come back here later, I guess.
Guests can make themselves comfortable in the lobby.
I'm sorry. Do you have an appointment? What are you? Ah, you're the one McIntyre called about. The eyewitness. She said you were at the spaceport. You have my thanks for what you did down there, truly. Saved many lives.
Your lips are
Now,
giant.
She also mentioned that, and maybe it was just a bad connection, that now the UC wants terramorph data from the Armistice archives, some of the most highly guarded information in the galaxy, in order to protect us all. I can only presume you're here to tell me I misheard her and that they didn't send you, local hero, to futilely beg on their behalf. Tell me I've got that right.
No, you got that completely wrong.
Oh, stop. You're embarrassing yourself. Let me be frank, Captain. The answer is no. That information is there because it is dangerous. I will not be the one responsible for its release. Now, why don't you quit wasting my time and yours, and go? You're really gonna push this? All right, I will give you one chance. One to convince me. Understood.
All right.
I'm listening.
Oh, wow. You need a lot to be convinced, huh?
You know that for sure. That is interesting.
Okay.
And those lives are in my hands.
God damn it.
Working on borrowed time, aren't we? Well, Captain, you make some good points.
I'm shocked I
But if I'm really
managed to
granting
convince
you
you.
access, I'm gonna need the following concessions. Your access will be limited. You can only take out the items related to stopping these terramorphs. The monitors will make sure of it. You go in once, you get everything you need on your trip, and never again. And all research done with the data will be monitored. If this data is being used to save the galaxy needs to be involved in the oversight.
Yeah, that's fine.
Three-star scientists will watch your people like hawks. So, do we have an agreement?
I don't think I'm allowed to make that agreement.
Well then, I guess you better get a move on.
Got any advice?
Welcome back. Everything going well with the ambassadors?
Yeah, can you like give me a walkie-talkie so I don't have to come back here every time?
Wait, you got her to agree without putting a gun to her head? And all she wants are monitors. Then what are you doing here? Yes, granted, we'll make the arrangements. Heavens above, we'll make them citizens. Just get back there before she changes her mind.
All right. If you say so. It seemed reasonable to me too. I just wanted to make sure. I'm not someone who knows politics that deeply, so who knows? Maybe I missed something.
On edge after the attack.
Maybe it's this guy? Yes,
Thank
it
you
is.
again for all you've done, Captain.
Oh, it won't even let me talk to him. What a shame.
Back at last. I presume the deputy was receptive to our proposal. Are we all in agreement?
Agreed.
Excellent. Follow me.
Official business? Talk to the ambassador.
Don't mind the door being open already. Oh, this is your room. Oh, I couldn't have broken into here even if I wanted to. Oh no, this isn't your room.
They tell me it should only take a moment. And there.
Pretty cool room.
Here, I'll reach out to Deputy McIntyre. We'll coordinate the necessary oversights. Two unlikely allies, I guess.
Thanks.
Ah, crime has slowed down since you started helping out, which is good for you. The whole department is in the process of recovering, myself included. If I'm being honest, I still have nightmares of my team turning on one another. Things can be replaced and wounds can be healed, but building back that trust in each other is going to take time. Luckily, we've built a good culture here, and we hired some new recruits who were inspired by what you did. I've got faith we'll survive this.
Okay.
I do. Thanks to you, the spaceport is up and running again, which is good for commerce, but also for smugglers. We've received a tip that someone has been bringing in contraband into New Atlantis through the spaceport, and we need to investigate.
They're coming through the front door, basically?
Well, technology-wise, criminals have always been one step ahead. No different now than it was centuries ago. Smugglers often have a fancy shielding or scan jammers that allow them to evade the checks.
Ooh, I want that.
Luckily, we can still use old-fashioned detective work to track these criminals down. Great. First, speak to one of the technicians over by landing pad B. Ask them if they've noticed any suspicious activity. Once you've gotten a lead, cross-reference their testimony with ship records over at Aegis. When you're done, report back to me with your findings. There should be a few working on the landing pads. If they don't know anything, move on to another. Right now, we don't have any good leads. But if anyone's seen anything, it will give us something to go on.
Okay.
Remember that job you did for Agent Plato? I finally had a reason to call in that favor he owes us. I asked him to pull the names and cargo of every potential smuggling ship that docked in the last month. He said he'll have a slate ready for you to examine.
Sounds
See you
good.
later.
I don't know why the game was telling me this is part of my Terramorph quest, because it's not. So the security systems might be online, right? Gotta be careful about that. The elevator works. That's good. Interesting.
This isn't what I expected at all. It appears the flora they were using as decor has overgrown the entire embassy.
Alright, let's lockpick this. Just in case. I don't think this Digipick's gonna do it for me. Get that. That. I think that's my only solution, actually. This and this. Damn, recalibrate. Protect current user. Yeah. Remove combat. Oh, no. Okay. I hope that doesn't kill that guy. It'll be really awkward if it does. Nothing else in here, huh? Okay. Okay. I mean, I already changed the settings of the turrets, so it shouldn't be an issue. I hope.
I've never seen a tree like this before in my entire life.
What? What is that?
Its branches weren't blocking.
Oh, okay. That should be friendly, right? It doesn't seem very friendly. Okay.
Set aside anything useful and just leave the rest.
Okay. I think it should have killed everything by now. So let's update these. Oh, I can't do that anymore. Okay, let's deactivate the turrets then. Move out of the way. Okay, I'm hoping the turrets took down all the robots now. If it didn't, that's going to be an issue. It didn't. God damn it, this place is so disorienting. Okay. Will the turrets shoot me, by the way? Oh, it doesn't look like it. Oh, okay. That's good. So I could leave them on. Okay. That makes things a lot easier for me. Okay, so none of these will work as far as I'm aware. This is definitely not going to work. Okay. Okay, and this? There we go. Protect current user. Remove combat inhibitors. And activate. Oh! Scared the hell out of me. Holy crap. Okay. But we should be good. Give me that med pack. That guy won't die if I release him while all these things are active, right? I hope not. Can you guys move? Oh! Oh wait. They're not hostile to me, they're just hostile to each other, right? Right? That's what's happening? Yeah. Okay. Oh, but there's two hostiles. That's interesting. Should be fine, man. I took care of the defenses. This place is so disorienting. Oh. Let's take care of this. So there's that. And one maybe? No. Oh wait, hold on. And this, right? Okay. Upgrade this. Yep, protect me, remove the inhibitors. And that turrets are activated. Should be good. Well, that works, I guess. Do I get experience for all these kills? I don't think I do. Kinda sucks. Is this not where I was supposed to go? Ooh, this looks cool. Take that. Oh, here's the door. Oh, am I over encumbered now? Yeah, I am. Oh, I was not expecting to have to lockpick this. Okay. My god, I have to lockpick so many things, which I appreciate. But my god. That's not gonna work. Hear me? No. Okay, and then I need 3. Okay, now the turrets are friendly.
Let's go.
Oh my god! Ouch!
Talk it down.
Help me! Help me!
You're done.
Oh, they took out the turret? God damn. Okay. I wonder how many more Digipicks there are.
Okay, that's it. Time to sell some of your junk.
Hey, listen, I would love to as well. Wow, they destroyed those turrets fast. Okay, so I have to go down now. I'm fighting for my life here, man. Oh my god. Okay. Do I have anything that'll heal me? Of course not. Of course I don't. Why would I? Oh! I see what your guardians are. They don't see us. We're okay. Oh! Oh, this is quite a strong robot, actually. I'm gonna die. Oh, what? How did I kill it?
Bring it on.
That's all you. I can't fight that thing. Oh, you actually killed it. Wow, nice job. There were two of them, weren't there? Goddamn, Sarah, you put in work.
It seems punishment becomes providence. A reminder we
Find anything useful?
apologies for the ordeal you just endured. Come, let us discuss.
Okay. Do you happen to have anything that'll heal me? Because I am dying. Not really. You don't seem to have anything in here. Pretty disappointing. Can you at least, like, give me Digipicks?
Not the ideal introduction, I suppose, giving you a grand tour of the embassy via barely functioning intercoms. I do greatly appreciate your persistence. I suspect the Venom tree upstairs has worked itself into more systems than I'd realized. But then again, who could cage such a beauty? Eh? Tell me though, what is it like outside? I heard the broadcast mentioning an attack. Then the embassy was struck with a power surge and then silence. Has the rest of the city suffered quite so badly? Harmless spores, you have my word, but
Yeah.
hard to navigate. Hence why I was guiding you through the intercoms to restore the environmental controls. And release me. It is the sap of the tree that gives it its... well, perhaps not a topic for this exact moment. But I must know of the rest of the city. Does it still stand?
Is that what
I
happened
take
here?
it you didn't have such an experience where you were then, hmm? Yes, the entire embassy was thrown into lockdown. trapping me in my quarters, disabling the Venom Tree's filters, and arming the defenses. A disconcerting experience, to say the least. Was the rest of the city spared? Is that right, huh? I shall need to have these repairs seen to sooner rather than later. Now, it cannot solely be the Serpent's grace that brought you here at such an opportune moment. You were sent by the UC. That much is obvious. Who else could just waltz through my door, hmm? And the broadcast spoke of terror morphs at the spaceport. A worrying occurrence, certainly, but coming here of all places, when all I could provide is some enthused cheerleading and... an archive code. So the UC requires information, then. On terror morphs, presumably, hmm? Do I see this all clearly?
Yep, that about sums it up.
The preservation of life stands as the very purpose of the archives. Using its data to prevent more attacks, there is logic there. But if I am to grant you access, I have a requirement.
Fighting through your...
For years, House Varun has been known only as an agent of slaughter. We founded this embassy with hopes of shedding that legacy. With little success. In exchange for my code, I require this. You must be the one who ensures it is used for good. Ensure House Varun's legacy is more than just carnage. The knowledge you ask for isn't evil. No knowledge is. It is we who bend it to evil ends. Oh, you must assure me this will be used to save lives, not endanger them.
I mean, the moment I get my hands on the archive keys, I'm pretty much not involved in this anymore. That's an impossible request. Or you have my word.
We cannot know all the results of one's actions, certainly, but intentions, those we can command. I want you to assure me yours are noble ones.
Oh, okay. That I could do.
As the chair of Constellation, I take personal responsibility in vouching for this man's integrity. He'll keep his word.
Sarah, you hate me.
I shall not fear. Please, follow me.
You disliked 90% of the actions that I've taken through the course of our journey, and we've barely known each other. I'm just gonna open all of these and get this in my logs.
Let's hope it still works.
All that junk you're hauling is seriously slowing you down.
Shut up, Sarah.
And there. Let it be used for good.
Thanks. Do you have a storeroom here? Because apparently I just got a storeroom card for your place.
I will not have House Varun be known only for slaughter.
I'm really
The
curious
Great
about House
Serpent
Varun.
is so much more than a god. It is fate itself. When our founder, Jinan Varun, left the United Colonies 140 years ago for distant stars, it was the Serpent that compelled him to found his now great house. The Serpent made us who we are today. Its voice speaks to us, shepherding us through the dark and infuses our lives with the meaning the universe so often fails to provide.
Okay.
It was tolerable, even pleasant, when my brethren were here in the embassy with me. We remade this place as best we could into a home we all would recognize. Our native flora, our iconography,
Our connection to the Serpent, they came with us. With my brethren gone, it has been trying. But the Great Serpent has always provided me a path in my darkest moments.
I have to say, choosing a serpent as your god figure is not a great idea.
House Varun committed itself to the armistice. This was said at the time to be the desire of the Great Serpent, and I do not believe the Serpent decides such things on a whim. So, when my brethren left, I remained, honoring the Serpent's will as I saw fit, as is the right of all his followers.
Okay, and
The
why'd
affairs
they
of
leave?
House Varun are our own. They left. That is all there is to be said on the subject.
Okay, fair enough. I respect it. Whatever, man. Now, the storeroom. Where would that be? Oh! Anything good in here? Place looks pretty plain. Oh, this looks important. I still can't pick that lock. What was the, what? Oh, hold on. Oh, this is awesome. Hell yeah. That looks pretty cool. Alright, I got everything.
You're back sooner than... Oh, wait. Did you actually succeed? With Radcliffe? And Balmore? We're all in agreement.
Honestly, it was easier than I thought.
You saved him. You Vanguard really do take that above and beyond thing seriously, don't you? Fine work. And now, I've already arranged everything with the archival monitors. When you get down there, the UC monitor will give you instructions on how to deploy the codes. Follow them to the letter. Here, the UC code piece and an archival access card. The entrance is just on the other side of the plaza across from Mast. Absolute best behavior down there, all right?
God, they're making this game into asthma simulator. That's not even like an exaggeration because you're constantly running out of breath in this game. Hi.
Captain, we've been expecting you. Please approach the monitoring station, and we will go over the rules.
Okay.
Welcome, Captain, to the archives. To proceed, you will need to deposit your codes into the 3 corresponding receptacles. Once they are verified, I will open the door. Your data resides in Unit 18. You will not be able to access any of the other units. Once you've collected your data, return to the entrance. You may insert the first of the archival codes when you're ready to begin.
Okay. What is this? House Varun? Oh, I don't have to pick and choose the proper ones. Okay.
You may proceed, Captain.
Cool. Okay. Seems simple enough. Kind of sad I couldn't steal anything else. Wait, can I really not steal anything else in here? Yeah, I can't open any other doors or anything. Oh well. Would have been cool. Man, when I upgrade that skill again, I wonder how many times they're gonna make
There
me
you
have
are.
to do it again.
Captain? Deputy told me what went down. Impressive work.
Thanks.
Captain, if you'd be willing to transfer the documents to the Major, she and I have been discussing what comes next.
All right.
Time for us to start getting some real answers. And figure out if we've been asking the right questions. So whenever you're ready. You're carrying the most comprehensive collection of information on terramorphs in the known universe. If we can't pry an answer out of there, it likely doesn't exist. Certainly doesn't mean it's going to be easy, but we're not going to know until Percival and I dig in, so whenever you're ready.
Where's Percival been, by the way?
Yes. It will be. Percival and I have done our damage. This is us starting to put some things right. So with the data out of the way, we've been discussing where exactly this work's getting done. The Red Devil's headquarters on Mars, back where you found Percival, seemed the natural spot. Already has the equipment, the safety measures.
Though it sounded like the deputy had a few more things she needed to discuss with you first.
Indeed. The most important of which is getting you your citizenship.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Then I guess we'll see you on Mars.
Captain, if you'll follow me.
Okay. Where the hell? Hello? Why are we here?
All right, Captain. Are you ready to become a citizen of the United Colonies? It doesn't. We don't really care where else you might have been or might become a citizen. Once you earn your place in the United Colonies, it's yours.
Okay.
Good. This isn't the only item we need to discuss, so I'll give you the short version. Please raise your hand. Captain, through your actions today and in days past, you have earned your place among the United Colonies. Through service, bravery, strength, and upholding of the mutual good. Will you carry and cultivate these values for as long as you remain a citizen?
Do you do this for every citizen?
To the best of your abilities, yes. But I think you can manage. So, will you let those values guide you as a citizen? Then, Captain, I'm pleased to welcome you into the United Colonies as a full citizen. Here, your official ID and your citizenship dispensation. We've also let the Aphelion Realty office out in the plaza know you're approved to purchase property.
Oh, awesome.
Now, the other item we needed to discuss. There's a member of the UC who's asked to speak to you, but this person is in a sensitive position. Normally, we wouldn't even consider something like this, but we think this person has information that could prove useful in dealing with the Terramorphs. And they've stated they'll only share it with you. They asked for you by name. So I need your agreement that everything you're about to see is kept in the strictest confidence. You can tell no one. Can you agree to these terms?
Yeah. Who are you talking
I'm
about?
sorry. I can't share any more without your word. Do I have it?
Okay,
Let's hope it never
sure.
comes to that. Head to the elevator. You're going to subsection 7. I'll make sure you're cleared for access by the time you get there.
What is happening?
I've lived in New Atlantis almost my entire life, and I had no idea this place even existed. The UC certainly excels at keeping secrets. I'll be fine. You go on ahead.
Okay. Thank you. I didn't even want Sarah to follow me. Unless it's for combat, I don't need her.
Welcome, Captain. Please, come down and approach the intercom. You and I should chat.
Oh, you're probably her father, aren't you?
President Abeyo was kind enough to give me a few files to peruse. Quite the series of accomplishments you've managed. But now you face a foe unlike any other. An invisible enemy, lurking in the shadows. You're going to need all the help you can get. Which is why I hoped we could speak. Do you know who I am? receptive. I like that. I'm Francois Sanon, but most know me as Vivictus. I
Yeah,
was an
easy
admiral
enough
during the
to
Colony
guess.
War. One of its great villains, if you believe the slates. I was to be executed for my crimes, but the previous regime deemed me too valuable to simply discard. So they put me here, a sacrifice on the altar of peace. Even my death served the colonies.
So, yeah, what'd you do?
To warrant my execution. The official charges I faced after the war were twofold. The first was the destruction of civilian ships during the Battle of Cheyenne, a battle during which those civilian ships were actively attacking my fleet. The other was ordering the bombing of the Londinian spaceport to halt the spread of the Terramorph outbreak there. The city and its citizens were lost, but countless others likely saved. And for doing what was right, I was put on trial, and my life irrevocably changed. One final act of rebellion by the leadership that lost the Colony War. The trial was authentic. I faced tribunal with dignity, but my execution, staged. A lethal injection that was anything but. The cabinet at the time, long gone now, wished to keep me on as an advisor, and considering the other option, I was in no place to refuse. So I elected to trade my freedom for my continued existence. But such is the life of a soldier.
Okay.
Very astute. That's my daughter. My progeny. You've been working alongside. Has she shared with you the nature of our little family?
Yeah, I learned.
Unfortunately, I'm inclined to agree with you. Our relationship has always been a challenging one. The Major was born to become a great leader, carry on the legacy I established, and was given all the finest training to support it. And she excelled. But the universe cut all that short. Now, though, it's placed even more crucial work in front of the two of you. And I think I have a part to play in helping you accomplish what you've set out to do.
I want to know about the
It was an
cloning
attempt by
program.
United Colonies to solidify its own legacy, forging a new generation of great leaders. They were raised by adoptive families made up of scholars and tacticians, trained at the United Colonies' greatest scientific and military academies, displayed incredible promise. But by the time the Colony War came to a close, there was only Hadrian. But that's ancient history now. You have much more pressing matters at hand, with which I can help.
Not every day I get the chance to work with a man living in a fish tank. I don't think this guy's a bad person, to be honest.
After some long years earning the trust of this current regime, the UC has been permitting me to work alongside one of their recovery teams, helping them gather intelligence on, locate, and organize scenarios to lure in some of the criminals that evaded justice after the Colony War. With quite a few successes, I might add. But in the process, I managed to find something else. The names and locations of Hadrian and Percival's old research team. Valuable manpower for the effort you're about to embark on. I'll tell you where they are, but in exchange, I need something dealt with.
And what is that?
Well, who better to find them? But many of them I knew personally, and I've always had a mind for details. Where someone was born, next of kin. You'd be shocked how often an otherwise brilliant criminal flees to the planet just next to the one where they were born, or where a family member resides. I simply use my own personal knowledge and the information our group collects for me to track them down and set things right. One task. That's all I require.
Alright.
There is a former colleague of mine, a man by the name of Dr. Reginald Orlaise. Like myself and Hadrian, he was involved in some of the United Colony's more problematic lines of research. Mech weapons were his specialty. If it dealt death, he could make a deal more. When the colony war ended, he fled, refusing to face tribunal, and has continued to peddle his skills to the highest bidder to this day. But I finally found him. I want you to track him down and deal with him, however you're able. I'm not expecting he'll come quietly. Bring me evidence that the job's done, and I'll tell you what I know.
Sounds fair enough, to be honest.
Captain, your files indicate a track record of unlikely successes. It is my genuine hope that, perhaps down the line, you might become a part of our team. And this might be something of a tryout.
Sounds cool. I'll do it.
Speak to Deputy McIntyre. I'm sure she'd be happy to hear that someone might be tying up this loose end at long last. Though I would ask you, do not make the mistake of confusing me for a simple cutthroat. You can certainly try, but the man's been out there 20 years. He's likely gone feral by now. Easier for all if you simply blow up his ship and be done with it. If that's what you require to sleep at night, so be it. According to my information, he's been hiding around the world of Etheria, Wolf System. There is a star station in the vicinity, the Den. The head of the local vanguard, one Captain Marquez, should be able to help you find our man.
Alright. Seems like a fair deal. Not crazy. I could do that. Honestly, much more reasonable than I was expecting. I thought he wanted me to take out someone that he was annoyed about.
Identity verified. You may proceed to the exit.
What's up, Sarah? Alright. That's cool. Alright. I'm going to end this playthrough here for today, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.